There are moments in life when the most powerful move isn't confrontation, explanation, or even closure. It's simply walking away, quietly, gracefully, and without looking back. This is not cowardice. This is not weakness. It is the highest form of discipline. A sign that you no longer seek validation from others, nor are you attached to the chaos they bring. Stoic detachment is not about being cold, it's about being calm. It's not about avoidance, it's about ascension. When you walk away without drama, without sending one last message, without announcing your departure, you're demonstrating to the world, and more importantly, to yourself, that your peace matters more than proving a point. That is strength. That is Stoicism. Detachment is not giving up. It's understanding what no longer serves you. It's choosing silence over explanation because you know that those who understand don't need it. And those who need it won't understand anyway. The power of silent departure lies in its finality. It doesn't beg for a reaction. It doesn't chase after apologies. It doesn't hope for regret. It ends a chapter with dignity, not desperation. When you quietly remove yourself from a situation, you're not seeking to change the people in it. You're changing the only thing you have full control over, yourself. And that is the essence of Stoic power. Too often we stay in places we've outgrown, in friendships that drain us, in jobs that dull our spirit, in relationships where we are not loved, only tolerated. Why? Because we're afraid of being alone, afraid of the unknown, afraid of what people might say. But Stoicism teaches us that fear is not a guide, it is a distraction. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." What is unsaid here is just as vital. If it is no longer good for your soul, walk away from it. Walking away silently doesn't mean you're emotionless. It means you've processed your emotions and chosen not to let them control your exit. Anger may beg for retaliation. Sadness may plead for one last chance. Pride may want a grand finale. But wisdom, the Stoic kind, knows that silence is the most eloquent response. It needs no defense. It needs no audience. It is its own kind of closure. When you walk away and don't look back, you're not abandoning people or responsibilities. You're abandoning the illusion that your presence must be explained or justified. You're acknowledging that not everything deserves your energy. Not everyone deserves your continued attention. You're letting go of attachments, not out of arrogance, but out of clarity. Seneca once said, "He is most powerful who has power over himself." That includes the power to walk away and not be pulled back by guilt, memory, or ego. Sometimes people only realize your value in your absence, not because you made them miss you on purpose, but because your silent exit left behind a space they cannot refill. You didn't announce your worth. You allowed your absence to speak it. That is Stoic grace. You don't slam doors. You don't set things on fire. You simply vanish from what no longer aligns with your path. And in doing so, you become untouchable by their chaos. There's something unshakably powerful about being unbothered. Not cold, not indifferent, just unbothered. When you can sit with silence and feel at peace. When you can leave without resentment. When you can walk away without needing revenge or validation. You've mastered yourself. And when you've mastered yourself, no one can manipulate you, bait you, or break you. Walking away doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care enough about yourself to stop tolerating the intolerable. It means you understand that healing doesn't require confrontation. It requires distance. Sometimes the closure you're looking for is simply accepting that you deserve better and refusing to settle for less. You don't need to write a letter, post a quote, or explain your side. Your silence is enough. The world tells us to fight for what we want, to explain ourselves, to chase after resolution. But Stoicism asks us a harder question. Is this battle worth your peace? And if it's not, then the highest act of strength is retreat. Not out of fear, but out of understanding that some battles are distractions in disguise. We live in a time where noise is mistaken for strength. Arguments, posts, statements, final messages, they all scream for attention. But the strongest people don't scream. They simply disappear, not to punish, but to preserve, not to provoke, but to protect, not to prove, but to move on. You see, walking away silently doesn't mean nothing was felt. It means everything was felt, but you chose dignity over drama. It means your heart was broken, your trust betrayed, your worth overlooked, but instead of shouting, you whispered to yourself, "I deserve peace," and then you gave it to yourself. There's a kind of healing that only comes in solitude. When you stop explaining, stop defending, stop trying to be understood, and just be. The silence you enter after walking away is not emptiness. It is space. Space to think, space to breathe, space to remember who you are when you're not trying to please anyone else. That is where real healing begins. And yes, some people will not understand your silence. Some will call it passive-aggressive, cold, or dismissive. Let them. The opinions of those you walked away from no longer hold value. If they valued your presence, they wouldn't need your absence to realize it. If they respected your boundaries, they wouldn't need to test them. You owe no explanations to those who made your peace feel like a privilege instead of a right. Sometimes walking away is the beginning of everything. It's the moment you stop shrinking to fit spaces that don't respect you. It's the moment you reclaim your time, your energy, your self-worth, and in that space, you rediscover the strength you forgot you had, the strength to start over. Silently and sovereign, you will be tempted to look back, to check if they noticed, to wonder if they miss you. Don't. Looking back pulls you into stories that no longer serve you. The moment you left, you started writing a new story, one that doesn't center around their validation. Keep writing that story. Keep walking forward. Every step away is a step toward clarity, toward stillness, toward peace. Walking away silently is not for the faint of heart. It requires self-control, emotional maturity, and radical acceptance. It's not loud, but it echoes. It's not flashy, but it lasts. And most of all, it's not about them. It's about you, your boundaries, your values, your inner stillness. So when the moment comes, when the room no longer feels right, when the conversation turns toxic, when the energy drains you more than it fills you, don't argue. Don't explain. Don't beg. Just walk away, silently, and never look back. Because on the path of Stoic detachment, the only direction is forward, and the only destination is peace.